All right, YouTube's on. Let's go. Bad news. No bad news. Cheers. Starting over. I mean, or that's good news because the situation wasn't ideal. You know what I'm saying? Cheers, let's get some heat. Coming from a person who has experienced that in the past, yeah, there you go. Also, why did I grab both? I have two more of this brake configuration before we switch it up for the rest of this week. And this is probably going to be the last week that you guys see PSA brakes for a while. No, for sure, dude. I appreciate you updating me. I like to hear about it, especially if you want to talk about it. But that's good. That's not bad news in my eyes. That just sounds like you had to take necessary steps. That's all. Okay. 2, 5, 24, 25, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37. Pick a number. Real man says 2. 2 is a good number. I will pick number 5 for the next one. There is still a couple big cards floating in this stack of PSA cards. Okay, first break is good to go. Second break is up and posted. It's the last break of this configuration. New configuration for Wednesday at the very least. Making the list right now. Hang on. Sorry if I can't see chat. Give me one moment. I'm literally just finishing up this list. Excuse me. Oh. That sneeze like hurt. Break number 2 is the last break of this configuration once more. Let's try to get it filled so we can get a fresh start Wednesday. All right, first break is good to go. As suspected, nothing really major. Numbers are around the same. So don't expect any abundance of it. If that changes, I'll obviously be the first one to tell you guys, but no changes on this end. We're not going to see an adjustment upwards until next year. Yeah, we'll have release, so. Dude, I felt like I was starting to get sick last night. And then this morning I felt like kind of okay. A certain someone that isn't me that also lives in this house brought some illness into the house. So I'm hoping I've just been bombing emergency and everything. A couple weeks, Chucky. Next week? I mean, we just get stuff from the supplier. I don't really buy my own stuff, per se. If that's what you're asking. That was very loud for a plastic bottle. I'm not ever taking away from the general public's ability to get boxes or anything like that. So, you ever see stuff out of stock, rest easy, it's not me. Well, that's probably because you're going up against like actual like bots that are like checking out faster than you can click through. People have bots like scripted to keep refreshing and then add to their cart and buy right away. Cheers, let's get some heat. There's no way I'm out of regular Pokeballs. Okay. Cheers, let's get some heat. Good luck, everybody. Casper, I don't know if you saw what we pulled on Friday, but I immediately thought of you as soon as I pulled it. I think it was you that was talking about the Beedrill. Oh boy, the internet knows that the end is near. I should be getting a phone call to schedule the install for fiber in like the next week or so. Can I pull it again this break? Oh yeah. I mean, crazier things have happened. We pulled so many alts in that feast. Sorry for the instability, but we're just going to muscle through it. Even though the stream looks okay, and it appears to just be my end. Hopefully it stays that way. Well, I'm going to have 2 gigs up and down for 1/4 of the price that I'm paying now. Probably even more. Probably like 1/5 of the price. Can I assign you a fighting energy? Yes. Once I get one. Hopefully I get one. Because it's going to bother me until I do. Damn it. Now it's just mocking me. There we go. Casper, what games have you been playing? Palkia, by the way. Water off to a very strong start. Pokemon Leaf Green. You just emulate it on your phone? Because that's what I do. And Hearthstone, bro, I hit Diamond 5. This is the worst the meta has ever been. I don't even care about hitting Legend. I just do it so I can get the bonus stars. And I think in Battlegrounds I'm at like 5,500. You just play Arena? I don't know how you're playing Arena right now, dude. Last time I played it, it was so bad. $4,500? That's pretty good. Dark. Weird looking Beedrill. I'll pull you something else because grass is abundant. That Absol though. We're playing that new server on DayZ and I'm loving it, to be honest. Next stream, so they have this area called the Labs, where you can only get in there if you swipe a key card or if someone else on the map does, and then you have to take a different entrance. And that's like where the highest tier loot is. I've farmed up like 2 key cards already, and I'm just ready to go in. I'll do it next stream. Ooh, that fire energy. Hello. Dano on fire. Tesnik still has to make his way to the base because there's no way to get close to it other by running to it. It's a pretty difficult server to play on because you start on the coast no matter what. There's no shortcuts unless you put a sleeping bag down. Psychic. There you go, Chucky. Nice hit for you. I'm a big fan of that Regirock card. I think it's a really good looking card. Grass Casper. I'm kind of feeling a Leafeon for your boy. Or one of the, what is it, the gold Virizion? Or Iron Leaves? Whatever the hell they named it. Virizion Wireless, there you go. Exactly. You thought it exactly as I said it. Water kind of popped off. Psychic doing well as well. Fugazi Whalelord. What's that other whale Pokemon that's probably ice type, but it's water in the game or in the cards? What set is that even in? Is that Journey Together? It was like a narwhal kind of. Steel into Trainer. Palafit, maybe? Nah, maybe not. It's like a whale. There's a full art of it that's pretty clean. Water type. Fighting's the last hit now. Your middle name is Skill. I believe it. Still fighting. What you up to, dude? You wanted to name your second son Gamble. Wife wasn't buying it. Yeah, I feel like it's an unfair thing to put on your kid. Because I feel like there's just negative connotation with that name. Still fighting. Whoa, okay, so it goes from water to dark to psychic. Psychic's the last hit now. Jeez. The triple pack. A Master Ball, Illustrator Rare, and EX in one pack is pretty damn good. Psychic is the last hit. That's an Alt Reshiram. We still haven't seen the full, but I think this is the first one I've pulled. And Dano is going to be very happy when he watches the replay because he's probably in bed already. That's a large hit. I think that's the first one we've pulled. Oh, absolutely. All right, fire's the last hit, and it stays with fire. Dano, let's see what graded card you get. Dano got that and a graded card. That's pretty nuts. Might be his best break in a long time. And all his other hits, too. Yo. Friends in Hisui. From Crown Zenith, PSA 9. Still a big card in this batch of PSAs. Something of the Zard nature. That's better than anything we've seen. I was told it's a very substantial card. I wrote your name twice because I'm not sure if Nick is going to know you as Dano. Can't just be changing your name out of nowhere, dude. Well, first break of this week, and we get that. That means the Reshiram is not far behind it, like the full art white one, because we have not pulled one yet. I'm thinking we're going to see another Victini before we see it, but we'll see. But we've pulled 3 Zekrims, as I've predicted. All right, how are we looking for break number 2? We keeping this night going? This is the last week of slabs for a little bit, because then we're going to have release. Well, let me look. All right, no spots taken. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to contemplate not taking spots. Caught the clam pearl. Let's go. Not yet, but that's okay. That was such a good break, though, too. All right, a couple more minutes. See if we can get this filled up. This is the last break of this configuration. All right, a couple spots got taken. I'll wait. No problem for me. Dom, I can see you getting rewarded for taking the first two spots. That's for sure. Just luck wise. Next Thursday. So next week, not this week. All right. I think we're beyond halfway full on this break number 2. I I don't like to cheat and look. I like to be surprised, so can't tell you too much about it. I know it's going to be good though. Well, dude, I'm going to be opening it for, the foreseeable future. Nick looks because he has to make sure that if we have to pair types together. But I don't look. Number 5 was chosen for this. All right, 4 spots left. Who's getting them? And Tetsnick, I made it all the way back to base again. Did another red key card. I have 2 labs key cards now. Why is your chat not working, Dano? Do you have to did you make a new account and you have to verify it? Dano wrote me a message through his break spot. It's not an efficient way to communicate, Dano. There you go. Now it's working. You died after you logged in? Where? Did you get your cap peeled off? What happened? Some random email verification issue? Oh, you still had to do the yellow key card. Yeah, dude, people can camp them. That's why I do a runaround. Well, you didn't lose all of your stuff. Maybe next time you log in, just book it as close to the base as you can get, pick up the sleeping bag, and drop it down before you do anything else. He can't spawn at the base until he makes it there with a sleeping bag, and I can't put one down for him. The only thing I could do is You can give it to me in the safe zone, and then I bring it to the base, and then you can use it when you get there. This server we're playing on, dude, is not for the weak. All right, we have 3 spots left. I'm waiting until we fill it. Daisy. I feel like you've watched me play it before, Dano. Or Clyde. And Dano, that break was amazing. You're keeping the slab, by the way. I already wrote your name on it. That's the only one I've pulled, Dano. I have not pulled another one. If I have, it's only one, but I don't think I've pulled another one. Tesnik, did I pull you a alt Reshiram? That's the only one I could think of, but no, I think it was an alt Zekrom. 2 spots left. Maybe I did pull one for you. I'm not sure, though. I did? Okay, so second one. Which is still very significant. One spot? From what I've been told, there's still a very big slab, maybe a couple in this bunch. I don't know how people don't pick the crazy card until the end every time. I don't manipulate it. The envelopes are sealed. You guys pick the numbers. So I don't know how it's avoided every time. What's a big slab? I don't want to say the exact card, but it's big. Not in terms of actual size, but of magnitude, if that makes sense. Not like a giant card, like in terms of like it's a large card. It's the same size, but it's bigger where it, it's more valuable. More rare, older. Damn it, Dano. Jumbo PSA cards. I am doing very well. How are you doing? Jumbo PSA cards have killed a number greater than 0 whales. They need to stop making them. Even if it killed one, isn't that enough? If jumbo cards, the promos, killed at least one whale, maybe even a dolphin. You found the robot toys we used to have? I thought they were called battle bots. What are you talking about? Funny thing, Clyde, there's no whales on Sea of... Why is there no whales on Sea of Thieves? That's a damn good question. It's the ocean. No, but like for real, like it would make sense. I guess the way you would interact with it would be whaling, and I guess that promotes a bad connotation. I mean, you could just have them in the game. Maybe they give you some treasure, and they're friends. You don't have to necessarily, slay them. Maybe you bring them an offering. All right, we have one spot left. And everyone's just looking at each other right now. I swear, if there's not one spot left, it's a... Okay. I was about to lose it. The last spot was just taken as I refreshed. But I wasn't seeing a name yet, and I thought I messed up the list, and we were just sitting here for nothing. All right, good job filling it, guys. Now I can post the new break for Wednesday. So I've successfully done that red key card that's not on the airfield, that's near our base, twice. So that's a very reliable place to not get sniped while you're doing a key card. Now the airfield, I don't know that I would do that. Not a great spot. I would camp it for other people doing it. But yeah, Tessink, you just got to get to the freaking base. I upgraded our one door to tier 2 because I also found sheet metal, so we can layer it up a little bit. I have not died yet either on the server we're playing on. You don't buy in on here very often, but thank you for making it easy to get cards with the market so bad right now. Dude, that's what I'm here for. I want to add to people's collections. And I hear you. You want to know why the market's bad? Because last year people didn't like Pokemon and they hated every set, and then they skipped it. So then Pokemon made less of the newer sets, and now that everyone likes all these newer sets, there's not a lot of them. So we're not going to see an adjustment until next year. Gorka's where we heard all the explosions. But I appreciate you saying that. The Pocket Game? No. The Pocket Game has nothing to do with the actual production of cards. That Pocket Game is... Anyone who is playing that, don't invest any money into that. Because here's a fact, okay? Before we get into this break. Pokemon already had an app where all of these millions of codes come out of each pack still. And that's where you use that code. They abandoned that app. And then there's a new app. What do you think's going to happen to the new app? Go away, Bish? No. I got to say it. You can explain the real problem? You think they'll abandon it? They've already done it once. What are we going to give it, a 50-50? I'll put it to you this way. They still put codes in every single pack for an app that they've abandoned. They haven't even taken the codes out of the packs yet. You know how much money they spend putting codes in every pack? Entering codes, even with an app, is so time-consuming. But that's besides the point. It's a little different in that the cards and sets are different from the physical ones. But like it so what I'll say to you, Jaquavis, is the app has no effect on the production of current cards. I think that's the point you were making. I'm making a separate point that I'm pissed off that they abandoned the codes that they're still printing and a new app was made with no use of the codes. And we're going to be confident that this app will never be abandoned like the other one that's still active. Well, that's the thing too, Audrey. It should work in tandem with them being able to improve their TCG, which I don't even care about. I'm a collector. But here's the thing. Another thing to be noted is it's not Pokemon directly with the Pocket app. It's a third-party developer that they license to. Pokemon could just okay, so here's another outcome that could possibly happen too. Just hear me out. I know people got strong opinions, but just hear me out because usually what I say, I've predicted a lot of things because it's pretty obvious. What if Pokemon one day decides to yank the licensing from this third-party app because they decided, hey, you guys are making too much money, we should just be making that money? What happens to the app then? They don't have licensing anymore. And this is coming from the company that went after Palworld. This is why I say you shouldn't invest too much time or money in that app because I don't see a big future with it. That's all. Yeah, but they're getting less money. Altaria. I actually love this card, by the way. Dragon, Dana, on a heater. And I have no beef with people who like the app. Doesn't really affect my business at all, right? The only thing that would be nice is if the codes still have value. Codes on release used to sell for 60 cents each. When they're still making them, but there's no use for them, why are we still putting them in packs? Because that costs money. To me, it's very stupid. I don't know. Maybe it bothers me more because I'm just looking at it. I'm just like, that. Why? No, you don't. Don't put a code on it. It would cost less money to not put a code on it. 1,000%. And it doesn't offset the weight. I'm pretty sure. You ain't offsetting the weight of a God Pack with one code. That's for sure. Scummy people are going to be scumbags. That's just how it goes. MP. What is MP? It's military police? The Rainbow Zard is military police. Hey. Moderately played. So chewed up. Who made up this terminology that's not graded? Just say, not graded. Chewed up. Moderately played in my head means there's a bend in it. Someone folded it in half and put it in their pockets. I mean, grade it no matter what. No bends. Did you see it in person? Because that, like, I mean, you would have to, right, for a trade, I guess. It's moderately played, okay? You have it now? No, I'm saying, like, but when you traded for it, did you see it in person? Regardless, that's sick. It makes me laugh when... How many levels of that is there? Of, like, people trying to grade cards, but they're not graded? It's lightly played. No. As long as you were able to see it in person beforehand, that's good. You know what you agreed to. And I'm sure you're more than capable to know when it's worth it. I would say that's pretty worth it. This is who I was talking about, Caspre. This is who I was talking about. It's a whale. Mint, lightly, moderate. It's just... I don't get why they bother. Because every individual is probably... The majority of individuals aren't able to assign a grade to a card reliably. So it's very interesting to me that, like, that became a standard. You know what I mean? Not talking about your situation specifically. I'm just talking about that in general. Like, that terminology. Hello, Zard. Very good, Tetsnack. This one, you're guessing... Well, if you take a good picture front and back, not at an angle... I feel like we had this conversation before. If you post it on Discord, people will give their input. I'll look at it too. Not that it really matters, but if you're curious. I think you should grade it no matter what. That's a card you hold on to. I would not move that card for a while. Let people figure out how rare. That's the only one I pulled. Yeah, the only one. Every break has had prismatic in it. Yeah. I pulled him the alt Espeon from prismatic. And Caspri, that was the whale I was talking about. I don't know if you were here when I was saying it, but that's the whale I was talking about. No, we were just talking about, I was like, I really like that Pokemon and I want to try it next time I play a game with that Pokemon in it. Have you seen the full art of it? Because it's clean. But like, it's probably like ice type too in the game. And I feel like it would be really strong. Even though I think ice type is like the worst right now in terms of the games. Yo. Alt Zapdos. Did I throw a Pokeball at that? Alright, good. Even if I missed it. With an Ultra Ball. Fire. Poor card has been through it. I'll tell you what though, dude, even in a low grade, over time, it's a good move. Really can't, like, you can't lose grading a card even if it grades a 5. Especially if you hold on to it. Flareon. Fire popping off. I'll tell you what though, people damage cards on purpose to try and get ones for their collections, which is probably the most degenerate version of collecting I've ever seen. Wouldn't recommend just folding a card in half and submitting it. But there's people out there. Trainer. Need more sleeves. Trainer's the last hit right now. Also Undead, we found a new server for DayZ. This one is sick. So I'll be on it tomorrow. Yeah, I'm excited. On stream tomorrow, they have that lab area where you can only get in. It's the highest level key card. I'll do that on stream tomorrow. And anyone can go into it when someone opens it, but they have to use a different entrance. I'm actually not even sure like how it's laid out or anything. I gotta see. Psychic is the last hit right now. Two packs left. Should be able to watch. All right. Fighting. One pack left. Let's see if Fighting holds on to it or if someone's going to snipe it. That's a really sick Illustrator rare, by the way. He's looking at himself in the bottle. He's scared. But the bottle's face doesn't match his face. Maybe that's a ghost. Fighting holds on to it. Let's see what graded card you get. Good break overall. Shout out to the Altaria. Probably my favorite card of the break, to be honest. That's an Expedition Zard e-reader, reverse foil. That's one of the big cards. That is disgusting. With the barcode on it, dude. Well, everyone who got into this break had a shot at that. So good for all of you. But Tetsnick, that is yours. That is disgusting. I'm actually jealous, I'm going to be honest with you. For those of you that don't know, the e-reader cards are few and far between. A box is probably like, I don't even know what it's at right now. Like 50,000, maybe more. The reason why there's a barcode is on a Game Boy, you had an e-reader and you could swipe the card, which also did a number on all the conditions of these cards. Nintendo in general, not just Pokemon, invested a lot in that e-reader. Like it was not only Pokemon, they had like Donkey Kong, they had a bunch of different cards that you could swipe and it would interact in game. Really interesting. Well, that's one of the big cards. I know there's one or two more, even though they're all good. All right, guys. I'm going to post breaks for Wednesday. And Gaming Channel tomorrow. So grab those spots. This is the last week before release. Have a good rest of your night. You're all beautiful. Thank you for filling those two breaks.